Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Lowellian. My name is Lauren, and I am here joined today with Dramatically Incorrect's Paul Gymziak and Claire Higgins. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Paul, can you tell us a little bit about Dramatically Incorrect?
Yeah, so Dramatically Incorrect is a nonprofit organization based in downtown Lowell. We're geared towards the community to help kids and adults stay off the streets, also do the arts, of which they love. If they can't afford it, it doesn't stop them. So not only that, but we also like to have diversity center because there's not enough diversity in the community, and we really want to bring that out and have them shine.
I really like that. That's a really good mission. How long have you guys been doing shows?
We're going on our 6th year. We do about 7 shows a year. So it's a lot. 2 plays and then 5 musicals. Some small and then 2 really large ones. So, yeah.
Mostly musicals?
Mostly
That's
musicals.
ambitious.
It is very ambitious. Sometimes it's like, where did my day go? Like, wait, we have auditions when? Tech week is that week.
Does that mean that all that you listen to is show tunes? Did you have to run away from them?
Pretty much. But we also like to do newer things.
Cool.
Things that people haven't seen or heard of. Just because the writers didn't get to off-Broadway yet, doesn't mean the show's not good. Just like Night of the Living Dead is absolutely amazing. And I'm so excited to have the chance to be the New England premiere for it before they venture off to off-Broadway, which we're excited to hear. Our fingers are crossed.
Yes. So now I understand that the next show is Night of the Living Dead. You wrote it?
I wrote the book and the lyrics. The music is composed by the very talented Steve Winstead. He's really terrific.
Can you explain what Night of the Living Dead is first?
Well, the Night of the Living Dead that this musical is based on is the 1968 cult classic film by George Romero. And I chose it because, well, I've always been a big fan of Rocky Horror, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I started wondering if I could write something like that myself. And I was attracted to Night of the Living Dead because of the great popularity of zombies nowadays, on TV especially. You know, The Walking Dead, Zombieland, and so on. So, and it was a good story, and I loved the idea of writing an ensemble number for a bunch of zombies. That was fun. I got to be a very wicked girl, you know. Oh, it's true. Their lyrics are very wicked, but I can get away with it now. So, the movie is, as I said, a cult classic, and there have been many adaptations. And I just hope this one is a success. I enjoyed doing it. It was very hard work. Mm-hmm. And Steve and I worked together by email.
Really?
Thanks to the miracle of technology, he could create sound files on his computer and also create the sound sheets, and he would email them to me and Michael, our original director, Michael Mernon. So, you know, in the old days, two people writing songs had to be in the same room together with a piano. You know how it was. Now, the 3 of us lived miles apart, and we were able to do the whole thing by email.
That's so impressive.
It was incredible. So we finally brought it all together, and we went searching for a theater. And when I read about Dramatically Incorrect, they seemed bold and daring, and I think that's what this show is, at least I hope so. So it seemed like a good fit. So I emailed, made an inquiry, and Paul said he'd like to see the script. I sent it, and they said yes, they'd like to do it. So I was delirious, and we've been working on it ever since. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you.
What part are you guys at, like, through the process of, like, adapting it? Are you guys, like, have you blocked it and stuff? Do you guys know what you're doing for gore? Like,
Yes. So this set is probably the biggest set we've ever had to build. So we're having a revolve. So the revolve has, the interior of the house, the exterior of the house, the back porch, and then the zombies will perform out front of the house. Or we have windows that will break. We're testing out sugar glass. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we'll see. But we definitely have, dry ice, because dry ice is a lot better to be around. Doesn't make you choke. And then, we do have a little bit of blood, but not too much, because we don't want to be too gory. But the zombies alone, they're so comedic. I can't even tell you. It's hilarious the way the zombies just go. But yeah, we're blocking. We're almost through blocking, and we're starting to do running.
Was it hard to picture all the zombie stuff while like writing it? Because like a musical and stuff, I know that you said that you liked Rocky Horror, but I was watching pieces of Night of the Living Dead yesterday, and like I can't imagine having to like turn that into an actual musical itself.
Yes, may I? It was hard because there's such a huge difference between a movie and the stage. This movie in particular had so many quick cuts from scene to scene. Like it was like this, and I had to really work at encapsulating the action and making more action take place in less time, as it were. Put more into one scene, and anything that we could do without, I trimmed away. And it was certainly not easy, but we did it. I had a lot of help from Michael, who has more than 30 years as a director. So that was a big help. And I can't believe I forgot to mention, this is a comedy. When Paul said that the lyrics were funny and the zombies are comedic, yes, I have turned this into a farcical, campy, funny comedy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's funny without comedy, I can't picture it.
It's all in the way you look at it, really. I mean, it came out as a horror movie, and yet it's so intense. And I find the more intense a movie is, the more a horror movie is, the more fun I can have with it. You can, you turn the intensity around. You make it intensely funny. And a lot of the lyrics are really goofy and campy. But my feeling is that with the way things are in the world nowadays, most people could use a good laugh. And that's what I want for the audience. I just want them to have fun, have a blast. There are some scares, but a lot of laughs. So
agreed.
That's what I hope they enjoy.
So in making a play, what are some aspects that are, like, what are some of the rewarding aspects? And then, like, what are some challenges? We could also break it up. And then, especially, like, creating something brand new. And then community theater, it seems like, people have different parts of their lives. So it's probably, is it harder to get people in?
So, yeah. So with community theater, it's a lot harder because the actors don't get paid. Some community theaters, you pay to be a member. Some you pay dues to be in the production. Again, if you can't afford it, we don't say, no, you can't do the show. But, people have their everyday life, whether it's kids, full-time job. So you got to make sure that you pick the right days a week and the hours to have that cast be there. So that's a huge obstacle, but that's for any show, any community theater. It's just, that's like the standard.
What feels rewarding to you, like, within the process as well?
Everything's rewarding. I mean, from the start to finish, you get the reward of seeing your cast grow. You get to see the characters develop. It's not just about picking up a script, opening it up and saying the lines. You literally have to do character development, make sure that the characters, for me, real life is best for me. When I have my actors come in, I want to see them as themselves, not as the character. So what can they bring to the table that is in their life, but the same as the character, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
So realistic is what I love to see. And that's what I look at my audition process. But that's also what I pull out during the process of rehearsals, is pulling out something in their life that they can work with the character. And it makes things more closed in and more connected to an audience member or the full audience. So it's rewarding to see that process go from beginning to end, and then just to see the audience's reaction, like, it's better than money. Like, I do this because I love the way it makes people feel. So that's the reward for me.
The reward for me is very special too, because it's really an organic process. It starts out purely in someone's head, and then I put words on paper, and in the beginning that's all you have. But Steve's music brought the words to life, and our first director, Michael, brought the entire thing to life on stage. It really is like botany. You know, something starts out very small, a seed, and then it blossoms on stage, and it becomes a real living story. I loved watching that happen. You know, because when you mentioned what's it like to try to adapt a movie for the stage, I was trying to picture it in my head. I'm not a director. I was just trying to picture how could this be easier or better on stage. But luckily, I had Michael's help because he, you know, as I said, 30 years of experience as a director. He could tell how it would play out and all the movements. I mean, it came to him like that. And he said, well, you should move that because it's just not right there. Or let's put this scene here instead of there. See, that was his, you know, one of his many forte. And that was part of the growth process. And then I saw a rehearsal, which was a further step. And finally, I saw the show. And I felt privileged. I mean, I've watched painters paint. I've watched singers rehearse. But to watch theater come to life, there's just nothing like it. I respect all the arts, but the theater is something extra, for me at least, something extra special.
Were there any surprises for you in seeing it come to life? From how you originally pictured it? Because I imagine that, like, you're probably, like, you picture it a certain way while you're writing it, and then, like, when you see the real thing.
Yes, I imagined how it would play out sometimes. You know, when two actors had a confrontation, I imagined one of them. See, the version we did in Erie was more of a serious one. It was what you might call a dramedy. Drama with some comic moments. This time we're going for all comic. We're trying different ways. And I pictured a confrontation between two actors as being very angry. You know, one offended the other, and the offended one was like seething. But when Michael did it, the offended one was responding with mockery, you know, and he was making fun of the person who offended him. And I thought, oh, I like that. Yeah. And there were certain, you know, there's also the little things like certain movements that an actor makes. I mean, there's a moment when the hero is African American, and one of the guys that comes up from the cellar happens to be a racist. So the hero puts his hand out to shake it, and the racist walks right by. He doesn't want to touch him. Yeah, and I pictured the heroes like looking at him very angrily, but on stage he went like this. Oh, pardon me, you know. So those were, the director came up with surprising things, you know, that I wouldn't think of. One thing that didn't surprise me, because I knew everyone was very talented. The way they interpreted the words, and when they got angry at each other, and everybody was just so good that I shouldn't say I was surprised, but I was delighted. I guess it was a surprise in the sense that, you know, like a surprise birthday party. You know, it's your birthday, but you don't know what's going to happen, you know. So it was that kind of a surprise. So.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
Yeah.
I like how it's a real living, breathing thing.
Yeah. Oh.
The best part is
nothing like it.
Can I see that? I'm sorry. The best part, the scene that she's talking about, is the song that comes in for them is called the Testosterone Tango.
What?
So it's absolutely hilarious where the characters Ben and Harry end up tangoing together.
Oh my God.
But it's like
It's an angry
an angry tango. Yeah. So it's like very comedic but like serious at the same time. It's absolutely hilarious. So
Tangro, no. How would you like to see Dramatically Incorrect grow with the community?
I would love to see the community start taking advantage of what is here. You know, we try our best to promote ourselves But at the same time, it's hard. It's hard because, you know, nowadays everything is digital or, you know, via Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that. Nothing is, you know, here's a flyer. You know, you can't do that no more. The flyers don't do anything. They just get ripped down. So, you know, we've done a lot of outreaches. We do summer programs. You know, we want to have more of the community involved, whether, you know, all diversities, all ages, just come on down and have fun. Like, we're here just to give you all the tools that you need to, you know, one day, whether you want to be a dancer, you know, a performer, or, you know, do photography, things like that. Like, we do it all, you know. During the summer, the kids they learn how to make resumes. I do headshots for them. We print out the headshots for them so that way they have the start of their portfolios. We teach them the proper way to go into an audition and, you know, how to do all, you know, stage directions. And, you know, when a director stops you and says, can you do it this way? It's important to show that you can adapt and you can actually listen to what they want you to do, because it shows, you know, dimension. So we want to see that. And we want the community to come out more and know that we're here. So that's a big part, is we're here. Reach out, dramatically incorrect.
So for the people who do want to reach out, are there any auditions coming up for aspiring community members who are looking to start joining the theater?
Of course. Right now we're in production for our last 2 shows of the season. So we've got Night of the Living Dead coming up in October. Still looking for some zombies if some want to come dance. Can never have enough. Just even to get your foot in the door, just come and hang out and have fun. And then we have the Crucible in November. So,
That's a big turn.
It is a big turn. And then we are actually having auditions in December for our February production of A Doll's House.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, next season's pretty jam-packed with, so we're doing A Doll's House. We're doing Head Over Heels, which is the Go-Go's musical.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know they had one. That's amazing.
Yes, they do. That goes up in May. And then for our summer program next year, we're actually working on Beetlejuice Jr., which is through MTI. And also for the older kids, we're doing Six, the teen edition. So I don't know if you... Six, look into it.
Okay.
You will fall in love with it. And then we're doing Jekyll and Hyde for October.
Wow.
And then I am actually reworking Oedipus the King for our end of the season. Yes. Something more modern, but not too modern. Lot darker. I like dark things. So, you know, think about The Purge. Those glowy masks that they have.
Oh, wow.
So the Greek chorus, instead of being the chorus, would be kind of like The Purge, where they're, you know, it's very scary. I'm big on that. So
I like that idea. That's actually, that's very moving.
But we also do dance throughout the school year. We have dance classes from kids mix, jazz, tap, lyrical, hip hop. And then we also offer like Theater 101. Learn all the basics and fundamentals of theater, whether it be on stage, off stage. And we do that all year long, all school year, from September all the way to May. And then summer program starts after that.
And how can people learn more about Dramatically Incorrect?
So all you have to do is visit our website, and that's DITGDC. So Dramatically Incorrect Theater Group Dance Company. Just take each first letter of each word, .org, or you can just look up Dramatically Incorrect on Google and we'll pop up and you'll find the website there and the phone number.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I'm Lauren. This has been the Lowellian with Dramatically Incorrect. Thank you. See you next time.